Imagine this. It's 2:27 a.m. and you're lying awake in bed. Sleep won't come, so you start running numbers in your head. Rent is $1,750. Car payment, $420. Insurance, $180. Your child needs braces, and now your engine light is on. Last year you earned $67,000. You work long hours, you're educated, and you've been careful with spending, packing lunches, skipping subscriptions, avoiding unnecessary shopping. But somehow, you still have just 634s in your checking account with 11 days until your next paycheck. You're not destitute, but you're far from comfortable. The scary part? You're doing everything right, yet it still feels like you're treading water. You earned the degree, you landed the job, you work hard, and yet every month it feels like you're losing ground. Meanwhile, everyone else seems to be doing fine. Their cars are newer, their homes bigger, they take vacations, and you start asking yourself, what am I missing? Meanwhile, everyone else seems to be doing fine. Their cars are newer, their homes bigger, they take vacations, and you start asking yourself, what am I missing? Here's the truth. You're not failing because of a lack of effort. You're trapped in a system, a pattern set long before you ever earned your first paycheck. I've spent decades studying why some people build real wealth while others just get by. It's not luck, intelligence, or even sheer effort that separates them. The difference is the ability to recognize patterns, financial patterns, most people never see. Once you understand them, your relationship with money changes forever. These patterns revolve around three major traps that most people fall into, and few ever escape. Trap 1. Lifestyle inflation. This is the silent wealth killer. When you graduate, get a job, and start earning, society hands you a script. Lease a car, get an apartment, buy furniture, and build the image of success before you've actually built the foundation for it. Your friends are doing it. Your family thinks you're responsible, and you feel successful. But you've locked yourself into expenses that may exceed your income. Raises don't fix it. They just get absorbed by higher rent, bills, and costs. One man I knew, let's call him David, graduated and lived like a student while his peers lived successfully. He saved aggressively, invested in property, and by the time his friends were still making payments and feeling broke, David's wealth was quietly growing. The lesson: focus first on building a foundation, not on looking successful. Trap 2. Single income dependency. Relying solely on a salary is risky. If you stop working, your money stops too. True wealth comes from creating assets that earn money repeatedly for work you've already done. A friend I'll call Linda, a teacher, realized her income had a ceiling. So she built a small system of lesson plans she sold online. First month, $85. 2 years later, $2,800 per month. She still loved teaching, but now her income wasn't tied only to her hours. The principle: leverage your time by creating systems or assets that pay you beyond just trading hours for dollars. Trap 3. Spending on depreciating assets. Many people lose wealth by spending on things that drop in value. A new car, the latest gadgets, flashy furniture, they all depreciate rapidly. But investing in things that grow, real estate, businesses, high-value skills, or quality investments, builds wealth over time. Every dollar you spend is a choice between temporary satisfaction and long-term security. Take two people with the same bonus. One spends it on a motorcycle that loses value instantly. The other invests in a small asset that grows steadily. In a few years, the choices compound into very different outcomes. The key: direct your money toward things that gain value, not lose it. Trap 2. Relying on a single source of income. Consider this. You've been in your job for decades. After 30 years, your salary may peak around $68,000 a year. You love your work, but your time and earnings are capped. You're dependent on a single paycheck, and if you stop working, the money stops too. One woman I'll call Linda realized this early. She noticed that many teachers spent countless hours preparing lesson plans and organizing their classrooms, time that could be spent elsewhere. Instead of resting one summer, Linda created a system, 150 ready-to-use lesson plan templates and organizational tools she could sell online. Her first month, just $85. But she had created it once, and it continued to sell month after month. By month 6, it was $1,200. By year 2, she earned an extra $2,800 each month without additional effort. Linda still loved teaching, but now she had financial leverage. Her income wasn't solely tied to her hours worked. Compare that to a standard salary. You work Monday, you get paid Monday. Tuesday, paid Tuesday. Sick for a week? No pay. Quit? No income. This is not freedom. It's a high-earning prison. The principle is simple. Wealth grows when you build assets that generate repeated income. Most people trade time for money. You can start small, every evening or weekend. Dedicate a few hours to building something that earns for you. It could be an online business, a small rental property, a monetizable skill, freelance work, or a digital product. The goal isn't immediate fortune. It's creating income that continues while you sleep. Don't rely on raises, promotions, or hoping your company won't downsize. That's not a strategy, it's a hope. Ask yourself, what can I create once that pays repeatedly? Spend a year building it, imperfectly if needed. Year 1 might bring $200 per month, year 2 $800, year 3 $2,500. Small amounts, yes, but enough to break the pattern and gain freedom. Trap 3. Spending on things that lose value. The third trap quietly destroys more wealth than anything else. Buying depreciating items instead of investing in things that grow. For example, imagine you have $8,000. Choice A, upgrade your car. You trade your 2014 sedan for a 2021 model. Financing the difference. Monthly payment, $480 for 5 years. Total spent, $36,800. In 5 years, that car might only be worth $12,000. You just lost $24,800. Choice B, keep your current car and invest the $8,000 plus the $480 monthly you saved. Buy a rental property, start a small business, or develop a high-value skill. In 5 years, that same money could grow to $40,000 to $55,000. Same money, completely different result. One choice makes you poorer, the other builds wealth. Here's another example. 2 brothers, Alex and Brian, each earn $55,000 and receive an $8,000 bonus. Alex buys a motorcycle he's always wanted. Within 3 years, it's worth $4,200, and he's paid for insurance, maintenance, and storage along the way. A net loss. Brian invests in a professional certification. 6 months later, he lands a new job earning $72,000. That $8,000 investment boosted his income by $17,000 annually for decades. The lesson: every major purchase either moves you toward wealth or away from it. New cars, gadgets, vacations, they usually take you backward. Investments in real estate, businesses, skills, or equity move you forward. Breaking the pattern. Now, you might be thinking, I can't save 30% of my income. I barely cover my bills. That's fine. You don't have to cut what you're already spending. You just need to prevent future lifestyle inflation. When your next raise comes, don't upgrade your lifestyle. Build your foundation instead. Even if you start small, 4 hours a week, like 2 movies worth of time, you can begin building something that generates $400 a month, then $800, then $1,500. Wealth is created one step at a time. The risk isn't trying and failing. The real risk is staying stuck forever, doing the same 2 a.m. math 5 years from now. You're not trapped because you're bad with money or don't earn enough. You're trapped because you're following a pattern designed by society. Get a job, spend on status, pay bills, repeat. That script leads to survival, not wealth. Here's a practical start. Track every dollar for 30 days. Don't do it to shame yourself. Do it to see the pattern. Identify one expense that's pulling you backward. Cancel or redirect it towards something that appreciates. Even $150 per month adds up over time. Pick one skill or small project to build. Spend 3 to 4 hours a week for 6 months creating something that earns while you sleep. Pause before major purchases. Ask, will this grow my wealth or shrank it? Your pattern didn't form overnight. You inherited it. But every pattern can be broken, one decision at a time. In 6 months, you could still be stuck, or you could be creating a new path to freedom.